Today, the 17th of April 2026, marks a remarkable moment for Sandnes. This is not merely a ceremony, but an act of restoration. The sacred investiture of Most Venerable Kleppe Ariyamagga Nayaka Thero as Chief Prelate represents a commitment to truth, peace, and the revival of an ancient indigenous Buddhist tradition. This is a declaration, a responsibility, and a beginning.
It is a great honor to welcome you all to this very special and sacred investiture ceremony of Most Venerable Kleppe Ariyamagga Nayaka Thero as Chief Prelate of the Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya. This ceremony marks a very special and historic moment of the continuation of an ancient spiritual lineage. The Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya is an indigenous Buddhist monastic order rooted in the original spiritual heritage of the Sihela people, whereas Kleppe Ariyamagga Nayaka Thero is being formally invested as the Chief Prelate. This is not simply a ceremonial appointment or a title. It is the continuation of a responsibility that originates from an ancient tradition connected to the Buddha. This lineage has continued through time, but it has also faced disruption, displacement, and distortion, particularly through historical processes that altered original knowledge systems. This ancient monastic order was lost around the 15th century. During the colonial period of the 18th and 19th centuries, 3 monastic orders were introduced into Sri Lanka under Dutch and later British influence, and were further reshaped and institutionalized. As a result, the original indigenous monastic tradition connected to the Sihela heritage was displaced and gradually disappeared. The Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya, therefore, represents the revival of the lost ancient and indigenous monastic lineage. It is an effort to restore a tradition that existed prior to colonial intervention, together with its original spiritual foundation, knowledge systems, and identity. One of the most significant aspects of this ceremony is that the present Chief Prelate, Most Venerable Badullagammana Sumansara Maha Nayaka Thero, who is now 84 years old, has traveled from Sri Lanka to Norway to personally hand over the responsibility to Ariyamagga. This is a rare and deeply symbolic act. It represents the direct transmission to spiritual authority, trust, and responsibility from one generation to another, preserving continuity with the original lineage. Ariyamagga has dedicated his life to the pursuit of truth, justice, and peace at a global level. He has taken his research and findings to the international level, whereas he has submitted written and oral statements to the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva. He has there raised concern regarding the suppression of the lost indigenous spiritual traditions. Through these submissions, he has called for recognition, protection, and a process of restoring historical truth and justice. He is honored with a PhD and global awards and he has written a book called The Stolen River, where he presents his research on sacred geography. He is also the founder and chairman of the United First Nations Confederation in Geneva. His aim is to restore knowledge systems, protect cultural identity, and re-establish balance between humanity and nature. This ceremony is therefore a continuation of an ancient responsibility, and in order to restore truth, identity, and knowledge that has been lost over time. As a dialogue priest in the Church of Norway, it is a great honor to be invited to this ceremony. And I see this as a bridge between cultures and religions, which is meaningful and important. It reflects the possibility that such traditions and responsibilities can be carried across borders and recognized in a global context. We are all walking each other home. Let us do so in peace and harmony. I will then introduce Most Venerable Badullagammana Sumansara Nayaka Thero, former Chief Prelate and founder of the Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya, and invite him to lead the ceremonial segment, including observance of the 5 precepts, according to Buddhist tradition.
Panchasila samadhan vima sandha namaskari kyanne. Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Pānāti pātā vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhyami.
Adinādāna vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhyami.
Kāmesu miccācārā vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Kāmesu miccācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhyami.
Musāvādā vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhyami.
Surāmēraya majjapamā dattānā vīramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Suramere majjapama dattana veramani sikkhapadang samadhyami.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa. Gothama Sri Sambuddha තථාගතයන් වහන්සේ පිරිනුවම් පා වසර 3880ක් පමණ කාලයක් ඉක්ම ගිය තැන එනම් ව්‍යවහාරික වර්ෂයෙන් 2025 පොසොන් මාස 18 වන දින ස්ථාපිත කරන්නට යෙදුන සීල ගෞතම ශ්‍රී සම්බුද්ධ මහා නිකාය විසින් ප්‍රදානය කරන සන්නස් පත්‍රයයි. සිව්හෙළේ මහා සම්මත රාජවංශයෙන් ආරම්භ වී විකාශය වූ ඔක්කාක රාජවංශයෙන් බෙදී බිහි වූ සීහෙළ ශාක්‍ය වංශික සිදත ගෞතම නම් කුමරු බුදු වී ස්ථාපිත කළ ගෞතම ශ්‍රී සම්බුද්ධ මුල් බුද්ධ කාලීන ශාසනයේ නැවත ගොඩනැගීමේ අවශ්‍යතාවය දැක ඒ උතුම් වූ පරමාර්ථයෙන් ස්ථාපිත කරන්නට යෙදුන සීහෙළ ගෞතම ශ්‍රී සම්බුද්ධ මහා නිකාය ව්‍යවහාරික වර්ෂයෙන් 2026 මැදින් මාස 29 වන දින පවත්වන්නට යෙදුන මහා සංඝ සභාවේ ඒකමතික තීරණය මත එම නිකායේ නිර්මාතෘ මෙන්ම හිටපු මහා නායක වර්තමානයේ උත්තරීතර අනුශාසක බදුල්ලගම්මන සුමනසාර වන මෙම නිකායේ මහා නායක දුරේට වර්තමානයේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාව නමින් හැඳින්වන එකල සිව්හෙළයේ දඹදිව නමින් හැඳින් වූ දේශයේ තඹගල්ල නම් වූ ග්‍රාමයේ උපන් අතිපූජ්‍ය ක්ලෙප්පේ තඹගල්ලේ අරියමග්ග ස්ථවිර පත්කොට විවාහර වර්ෂ 2026ක් වූ බක්මස 17 වන දින නෝර්වේ සෙන්සස් නුවර සීඩ් වෙස්ට් සම්මන්ත්‍රණ ශාලාවේදී මෙම සන්නස් පත්‍රය ප්‍රදානය කළ වගයි. Translate.
Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya Certificate of Investiture. Be it known that the Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya, established on 18th June 2025, marking approximately 3,880 years after the Parinibbana of the Gothama Siri Sambuddha Tathagata, hereby confers the certificate on 17th April 2026. Recognizing the noble purpose of restoring and re-establishing the original Gothama Siri Sambuddha Sāsana, first established by the Buddha Gothama, who prior to his enlightenment was known as Prince Siddhartha Gothama of the Sihela Sakya lineage, descendant from the ancient royal lineage of the Okkaka dynasty, originating from the Maha Sammata lineage and in accordance with the unanimous decision of the Maha Sangha Council convened on 29th March 2026. The Most Venerable Kleppe Thambagalle Ariyamagga Thero, born in the village of Thambagalle in the land historically known as the Dambadiva of Sihela, present-day Sri Lanka, is hereby appointed to the supreme office of Chief Prelate, Supreme Leader of the Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya. This certificate is formally conferred on the 17th April 2026 at the Seed West Sandnes, Norway.
ගෞතම සිරි සම්බුද්ධ තථාගතයන් වහන්සේ පිරිනිවන් පාවද වසර 3880ක් පමණ කාලයක් ඉක්ම ගිය තැන එනම් ව්‍යවහාරික වර්ෂයෙන් 2025 පොසොන් මාස 18 වන දින ස්ථාපිත කරන්නට යෙදුන සීහෙල ගෞතම ශ්‍රී සම්බුද්ධ මහා නිකාය විසින් ප්‍රදානය කරන සන්නස් පත්‍රයයි. සිව්හෙලයේ මහා සම්මත රාජවංශයෙන් ආරම්භ වී විකාශය වූ ඔක්කාක රාජවංශයෙන් බෙදී බිහි වූ සීල සාක්‍ය වංශික සිදත ගොතම නම් කුමරු බුදු වී ස්ථාපිත කළ ගෝතම සිරි සම්බුද්ධ මුල් බුද්ධ කාලීන ශාසනය නැවත ගොඩනැගීමේ අවශ්‍යතාවය දැක ඒ උතුම් වූ පරමාර්ථයෙන් ස්ථාපිත කරන්නට යෙදුන සීල ගොතම සිරි සම්බුද්ධ මහානිකාය ව්‍යවහාරික වර්ෂයෙන් 2025 පොසොන් මාස 18 වන දින පවත්වන්නට යෙදුන මහා සංඝ සභාවේ ඒකමතික තීරණය මත එම නිකායේ මහාලේකකාධිකාරී සහ ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ අනුනායක තනතුරට පත් වූ එකල සිව්හෙලයේ ගිරිදීපේ නමින් එදින් වූ දේශයේ මතෝගල නම් වූ ග්‍රාමයේ උපන් අතිපූජ්‍ය වතෝගල බුද්ධ සාරනායක මහාස්තවිරයන්ට නිකායේ නිර්මාතෘ මෙන්ම හිටපු මහානායක වර්තමානයේ උත්තරීතර අනුශාසක බදුල්ලගම්මන සුමනසාර නායක මහාස්තවිර වනමා විවාර වර්ෂ 2026ක් වූ බක් මස 17 වන දින නෝර්වේ සෙන්සස් නුවර සීඩ් වෙස් සම්මන්ත්‍රණ ශාලාවේදී මෙම සන්නස් පත්‍රය ප්‍රදානය කළ වගයි.
Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya Certificate of Appointment. Be it known that the Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya, established on 18 June 2025, marking approximately 3,808 years after the Parinibbana of the Gothama Siri Sambuddha Tathagata, hereby confers the certificate on 17th April 2026. Recognizing the noble purpose of restoring and re-establishing the original Gothama Siri Sambuddha Sāsana, first established by the Buddha Gothama, who prior to his enlightenment was known as Prince Siddhartha Gothama of Sihela Sakya lineage, descendant from the ancient royal lineage of the Okkaka dynasty, originating from the Maha Sammata lineage, and in accordance with the unanimous decision of the Maha Sangha Council convened on 18th June 2025. The most venerable Wattagala Buddhasara Thero, born in the village of Wattagala in the land historically known as Giridipa of Sihela, is hereby appointed to the office of Secretary General and Senior Assistant Prelate of the Sihela Gothama Siri Sambuddha Maha Nikāya. The certificate is formally conferred on 17th April 2026 at Seed West, Sandnes, Norway. Thank you.
Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabba rogo vinasatu māte bhavattvantarayu sukhi dīgāyuko bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te.
And we have go to see and to experience the formal investiture ceremony. Appointed by the Most Venerable Kleppe Ariyamagga Nayaka Thero as Chief Prelate and handling over the Vinaya path, the fan of office, and appointment of Most Venerable Vatugala Buddha Sāsana Nayaka Thero as Secretary General and Senior Assistant Prelate, handling over presentation of the Vinci Path, the Fana office. And in the end, we got the Buddhist spiritual blessings for all our participants. And it was translated by Mrs. Maithri Palivadana. And now I have the pleasure to introduce Kenny Retore, Mayor of Sandnes Municipality, and invite him to deliver the address of the chief guest.
Distinguished Most Venerable monks, respected religious leaders, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me as Mayor of Sandnes to be present at this important and historic occasion. This is more than a formal ceremony. It's a meaningful moment, spiritually, culturally, and internationally. We are here for the formal investiture of Most Venerable Kleppe, Ariyamagga, Nayaka, Thero as Chief Prelate of the Sihela, Gothama, Siri, Sambuddha, Maha, Nikāya, an order with deep historical roots. This is a remarkable moment, both for the tradition it represents and for the place in which it's happening. At its core, today is about continuity, carrying a long spiritual tradition forward into our time and into the future. We are also witnessing a rare and meaningful transition of leadership. The current Chief Prelate, Most Venerable Badullagammana, Sumansara, Maha, Nayaka, Thero, founder and spiritual leader of the order, has traveled from Sri Lanka to Norway at the age of 84 to personally hand over this responsibility. This is a profound gesture of trust, continuity, and dedication. In recognition of his lifelong service, he will now take on the role of supreme advisor, ensuring that his wisdom continues to guide the path forward. At the same time, we also recognize Most Venerable Vatugala Buddha Sāsana Nayaka Thero, who serves as Secretary General of the monastic order, contributing to the continuity and organization of this spiritual tradition. This movement also means something special for Norway. It is not every day a Norwegian citizen with an international background is entrusted with such a significant role in an ancient global religious tradition. That is something we can be proud of. It reflects openness, inclusion, and respect, and our ability as a society to bring different cultures and traditions together. By hosting this ceremony, Sandnes becomes part of a wider global connection. Today's event is not only about religious tradition, it's also about dialogue, understanding, and shared human values. In that spirit, I would like to thank Dialogue Priest Siri Mathiasen from the Interfaith Dialogue Center for her important work in building bridges between communities. Her presence here reflects the spirit of mutual respect this occasion represents. Most Venerable Kleppe, Ariyamagga, Nayaka Thero has dedicated many years to peace, justice, and indigenous identity, including work at United Nations in Geneva. He's also author of The Stolen River, The Gangs of Paradise, where he explores themes of history, geography, and spiritual understanding. In addition, as founder of the United First Nations Confederation, he works to bring indigenous communities together globally, strengthening cooperations and preserving knowledge systems rooted in traditions and nature. These efforts reflect a broader vision, one that speaks to balance between humanity and nature and respect for heritage, identity, and understanding in a complex world. The Sihela Gothama Siri, Sambuddha, Maha, Nikāya itself carries forward these values. It is dedicated to preserving and restoring spiritual teachings, protecting sacred knowledge, and promoting harmony between people and the natural world. These are values that extend beyond any one tradition. They speak to all of us. In a time marked by global challenges, moments like this remind us that different traditions can meet with respect, not conflict. Today's ceremony also includes important symbols. The Vichini part represents responsibility and leadership. The certificates represent recognition and continuity. These are symbols of trust and commitment. I would also like to thank the organizers of this event, Ariyamagga, Zoo Magazine, and also those involved, including Siv Siversen, for their dedication in making this occasion possible. As mayor, I'm proud that Sandnes can host an occasion like this. It reflects who we are, an open and inclusive community, connected to the wider world. And personally, I find it both inspiring and meaningful that such a global and spiritual moment is taking place right here in our city. In closing, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to Most Venerable Kleppe, Ariyamagga, Nayaka, Thero, on this important responsibility. My deep respect to Most Venerable Badullagammana, Sumansara, Maha, Nayaka, Thero, for his lifelong service and presence here today. And my thanks to Most Venerable Gothama, Buddha Sāsana, Nayaka, Thero, for his role in supporting this tradition. I wish you all the best in the work ahead, guided by wisdom, compassion, and continued commitment to peace and understanding. Thank you. Tim, come please.
And thank you, Mayor, for presenting the certificates, the honorary certificate to the Most Venerable Badullagammana Sumansara Nayaka Thero, Supreme Advisor, and the Investiture certificate to Most Venerable Ariyamagga Kleppe Nayaki Thero, and the appointment certificate to Most Venerable Badullagammana Buddha Sāsana Nayaka Thero. Then I would like to invite Most Venerable Kleppe Ariyamagga Nayaka Thero, newly appointed Chief Prelate, to deliver the vote of thanks and present the future vision of the Nikāya.
venerable monks and priests, respected religious leaders, the Honorable Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today is not an ordinary day. It is a deeply significant moment, not only for this monastic order, but for all those who seek truth, understanding, and lasting peace. I stand before you today with a great humility and a deep sense of responsibility. The occasion is not about individual, it is about a path that calls us to reflect, understand, and realign ourselves with truth. At this moment, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to reverence to Most Venerable Badullagammana Sumansara Nayaka Thero, a great elder who has dedicated more than 70 years of his life to the path of Dhamma. He stands among the most of senior Buddhist monk our time. Prior to assuming the position of Chief Prelate of this order, he served as the Chief Sanganayaka of the Malwatta chapter of the Siam Nikāya, overseeing the eastern Uwa Wellassa Bintana region covering the entire eastern province of Sri Lanka. His life has been one of discipline, wisdom, unwavering, and commitment to the Dhamma. His guidance has shaped many lives. I take this moment to honor his lifelong service and express my profound respect and gratitude. His decision to hand over this responsibility is not only an act of trust, it is an act of great vision. I receive this responsibility with the deepest respect and gratitude. I also wish to acknowledge Most Venerable Watogala Buddha Sāsana Thero, who assumed responsibility as the Secretary General and Senior Assistant Prelate of this order. His presence brings continuous stability and strength to the journey ahead. My own journey of this path has not been a short one. I born in a small village in Sri Lanka, in a transition period from the hard colonism to a neo-post-colonism. I was freedom seeker from teenage years. Then I began to question, explore, and seek truth, since everything was for me to experience was reshaped to foreign frame. But my soul followed the deep-root ancestral wisdom, which was not only alliance, what was learning from school, and I therefore begin to do my own exploring, researching, and examining even the smallest details. Through this journey, I came to understand that many aspects of our ancestral history, identity, and sacred geographies have been altered, displaced, and reinterpreted with over time. I continue my exploring out of my own Sihela ancestral heritage to outer world and travel around the world by exploring the what and how has happened in these recent centuries. And then I found that it is not only ours, many other ancestral communities have faced the same type of identity erasure and dispossession all around the world in similar pattern by being internationally driven by powerful forces. This understanding did not lead me to anger. It led me to a responsibility for rectification. In 2016, I chose enter into monastic path, not to withdraw from the world, but to continue this mission simultaneously practicing my own Nibbana path, ending this sansaric cycle. But I truly understand that the revival of lost ancestral knowledge is necessary for the present day human to understand the common reality of the life, including the teaching of Buddha. In 2017, I approached Most Venerable Sumansara, Thero, with a clear and compelling vision to review our lost ancestral monastic order, free from colonial reforms, and restore our ancestral traditions, since the present day traditions are more like reform with the later introduced foreign invasion to it. From that moment, we have walked this path together, and now I am also in the process of collecting the leaders and communities who still preserving the ancestral wisdom into the global platform. For that, I have formed an organization in the name of United First Nation Confederation in order to give a solution to rebuild lost global harmony in the planet from an angle of our ancestral wisdom, thinking and living pattern. Because I firmly believe now this planet and living being need breaks, since the system and human thought built on new world order that begins the few centuries ago is heading the planet collapse what are experiencing today. My mission is, as a Chief Prelate of this Indigenous monastic order and the founder and the leader of the United First Nation Confederation, I would dedicate my entire life and time to bring the people of this planet reconcile, restore justice, and lasting peace grounded on truth, with an intention of building better future for humanity. We must also understand something very important. The conflict we see in this world arises from the human mind, from greed, from desire to dominate, and from the misuse of power over others. Therefore, a true transformation through understanding, through compassion, and through the collective cultivation of peaceful mind, our aim to bring people together to heal the mind, to reduce suffering, and to transform conditions that give rise to the violence and the war. Therefore, I do not wish to limited my service into monastery as traditional Chief Prelate. I will drive my spiritual and ancestral aspiration in a practical path. I would dedicate my entire life with my colleague, monks and members. I am already invited by many hundreds of indigenous leaders from around the world to meet them and drive this mission forward. I am planning to start that journey from end of this month, because I am confident that by cultivate of loving kindness, metta with its right form rooted in our ancestral wisdom, can transform the black frequencies to white, which the violence and healing of people's mind and the planet will begin. I hereby invite all to join with us and support us. If we support us, we shall dedicate our entire life to bring the lasting peace to the world. At this moment, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the Honorable Mayor Kenny Rotere, Mayor of the Sandnes Municipality, and to all political party leaders and representatives present here today for their support and presence at this meaningful occasion. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to Right Reverend Celia Trim Mathiasen, Executive Director of the Interfaith Dialogue Center, for her valued contribution to this ceremony. My special thanks to my great friend C.U.C. Weston, who has taken immense effort and care of organizing this ceremony. Her dedication and commitment have played significant role making this event possible. I also wish to thank Mr. Nikita Alexei for covering this, the video and photography for the event. I extend my appreciation to the members of the press and media for the presence and the sharing this message to the wider world. And I finally, to all distinguished guests, friends and participants who have supported and joined this occasion, your presence here today is deeply valued. Finally, I offer this wish to all of you. May your lives be filled with peace, clarity, and loving kindness. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this ceremony and for inviting us all and for letting us experience something that most of us never have experienced before. And I want to congratulate you with this ceremony. And then I will inform you that all guests there will be complimentary refreshments that will be served here. And I also would like to invite guests to continue informal fellowship following the ceremony. Thank you for being with us.